I watched this today. It wasn't bad. It reminds me a lot of those old raid movies. There's let me put this on. I always forget to put this damn thing about spoilers on here. Okay, overall, I would say this is a decent action movie if you're looking to watch an action movie. There's some stuff on here. I have some minor complaints with this. Overall, it's a decent movie. So, okay, we're gonna get into spoilers now. So if you haven't seen this, just if you want to watch it, the action is really, really good. It's exactly like those raid movies. I mean, it is really badass good fighting on here. The action is really good. Um, as for the movie itself, okay, so basically there's this guy, and he's like a refugee guy, and he's trying to buy a fake ID. And I think it's the triads, if I remember right. They sell him an ID, but like it's a really shitty fake one. Like there's no way nobody would believe that ID, and they show the ID on there, and it's just you're just laughing, and they're like, "Get out of here before we kill you." And he's like, "No, I want my money back. This isn't an ID or whatever." So he ends up just leaving because he didn't want to get shot or killed or whatever. But then on the way out, he tries to steal this bag, and he thought the bag was full of money, but it turns out it was full with a bunch of cocaine in it. So he's like running like halfway through because these guys are like at the docks, by the way. This triad people, like they own the harbor or whatever. So he's running from the harbor into the town, and then he runs into this thing they call the walled city. And basically, it's just like this gigantic apartment complex that's been barricaded, and it's just falling apart like all over the place. It looks like Godzilla kicked it. It's just this total shithole. So he goes and runs in there, and these triad guys are chasing him, but they realize they can't chase him in there, because if they chase him in there, then it's gonna start a war with the triad, with these other gangster guys. And I forget what their gang was called or whatever, but the triad guys, they end up leaving and going back to their boss. And then the guy who's the son of the gangster that owns the walled city. Okay, this is the guy that runs the walled city here, and this guy is his son. We'll see if they show the main guy on here. Well, I want pictures of him, but I mean, it's decent. Okay, this is the main guy. This is the refugee guy. So he runs into the walled city with a bag of cocaine, and then the walled king's the gangster son starts chasing him, and then they start fighting him, and then he eventually ends up in the barber shop, and that's where this guy's sitting in there. And then he tries to attack this guy, and this guy does like I don't know, I wouldn't call it a 1-inch punch, but it's some other. This is the one real complaint I have about this movie is was a lot of silly stuff on here. Like for instance, when this guy and when the old people punch people on this movie, even if it's like a slap, they go flying. And it's just this like really ridiculous thing. So what ends up happening is they befriend the refugee, and they let him live there, and he starts working for the walled in city gang here. But then okay, so this guy who's friends with this guy here, that this guy's like this guy's whole point in the movie is he's trying to get revenge for his family being killed. And then they show a flashback of him getting revenge, killing this assassin guy. But then he finds out this assassin guy had a kid. So now he has to kill this kid for his honor or something. Like, it was a bit silly, that whole plot line. So he spends half the movie like hunting down this guy's kid, that the assassin's kid. And then he finds out that the assassin's kid is the refugee guy. It's this guy. So then there's this big gang war inside the walled city. It's pretty good. Like, there's a lot of fighting and everything. And then during all of this, it takes place in the 80s apparently. But during this, I guess England owned this walled city shithole for some reason, and they ended up giving it back to the Chinese, because I guess they realized it was a useless dump. So now the Chinese are back in control of this this barricaded apartment complex, and they're not sure what to do with it, and they're saying they're going to tear it down because the land value was good, and then go build I don't know, a mall there, or whatever the fuck. So it's just basically a gang war the rest of the movie. And then at the end, let me see if I can find a picture of him. Let's see, where's that guy? I don't show him on here. There's this one ridiculous guy. I want to, okay, this dude. There we go. So this guy is the son of the gang that's outside the harbor gang or whatever. So this is okay. What I'm about to tell you, this is really in the movie. Like, I'm not kidding you. I don't know why they, it's one thing to suspend reality, but so this dude, who's basically a henchman. Well, he does try to take over at the end, but this dude who's basically a henchman the whole movie is basically invincible, because he has something called spirit power. And you see people try to stab him, and their knives break off in their hands, on his sides and his ribs, like they can't it's like he's Superman, basically. He gets hit with a cinder block flat on the head, and it doesn't even knock him down or anything. He just laughs. And then he gets hit in the chest with a sledgehammer. It's just, I'm just like, it was such a huge plot hole, because I'm thinking, okay, if this dude is literally fucking Superman on here based on how they show everything, why is he working for anybody? He should have been taken over from the get-go. Nobody can kill him or do anything to him, apparently. It's just ridiculous. It was such a huge plot hole. And even at the end, so what ends up happening at the end is this guy, his dad, who's the harbor gang guy, when he was in a fight earlier with the let me show the dad on here. Yeah, Sammo Hung, this dude. Well, this guy trained with Bruce Lee and stuff. This guy's pretty legit. But this guy, who's the harbor gang guy, when he was fighting the walled gang guy boss, he got hit. Well, actually, they threw a sledgehammer at this dude's chest. And then this guy, he barely gets knocked down. He just like goes back a bit. And he keeps fighting. And it was just like, there is no way in hell that a person can get hit with the sledgehammer flying at them like that and have it hit them directly in the chest. That was just. But anyways, what ends up happening later is, I guess he's coughing out blood and shit. So maybe the sledgehammer actually did something, but it didn't seem like. It seemed like it was a nick to him. It seemed like he got hit with a basketball in the chest or something. That was really ridiculous. That whole thing was just. So anyways, at the end, all of the wall gang people end up just going against this dude here, Mr. Invincible, and they just can't kill this guy. And it's just like, so I don't know how they, during the fight, this guy tries to put a sword in through his mouth to kill him, seeing if he can seeing if he's invincible on the inside, basically. And then he bites off the sword and then swallows the tip part or whatever. So that goes into this guy's stomach. And then all of a sudden, there's this gigantic, a typhoon or something that appears in the walled city. And then this guy, it weakened him, I guess you would say. So they were able to start beating on him finally. And even when they were doing that, they still couldn't fucking kill this guy. Like, it took him, it seemed like, I would say maybe the last 45 minutes of the movie are them trying to kill this guy, man. And basically, he just dies from the swallowing that sword tip, basically. And I'm just like, why did you make this guy like this? It would have been a so much better movie if they just had a gigantic gang fight like they were doing. But no, at the end, we're going to put this Chinese Superman dude in there that can't be killed. And then the dumbass swallows a sword tip and then basically dies from a sword tip in his stomach. I don't know. I mean, I like this movie and all, but that ending was really fucking annoying to me. So after all of that, after they finally kill that guy, well, I can't even say they killed that guy. They just beat him to death, but the sword shaft killed him because he swallowed it, which it wouldn't make any sense. Like, you're only invincible unless you swallow a sword tip? Like, I don't know. So after all of that, they win the complex back. And it just shows them like sitting there. Like, God, we finally killed this fucking guy. And now those four guys, the refugee guy, this refugee guy who didn't even know he was the assassin's son, is the one, him and his other three friends, these two guys, and these three guys, this guy and this guy and this guy are his friends. These three here are his friends. They nearly die. And they're all just sitting on the top of the roof thing going, oh, wow, the city's ours. And then it cuts to this panned out view, and it's like, in 1993, the Chinese government decided to destroy the Kowloon City thing or whatever. That's the end of the movie, is that they won that thing, but I guess for 13 years they were able to live in there till the Chinese decided to tear it down. I mean, though it's overall it's good. It's just that stupid thing with that Chinese Superman guy being invincible and then just being a henchman to everybody. It was just like it's like I said, you're going, why is this guy, if this guy's really this invincible with this spirit power stuff, Why is he just a side person? Why isn't he taking over? Like it just it made no sense at all, man. No fucking sense at all. But like I said, the action and fighting on everything on here is really, really good. It's just the story could have been better. And then this guy being invincible was just, give me a break with that stuff. I mean, come on. The guy had a cinder block smashed over his head. They can't stab him. The knife blade breaks off. But yet he gets a sword in the mouth and bites off the tip, and then that's what gets him. Like, I don't know. But if you want a good action movie, this is it, man. It's pretty fucking good action wise. Just the story is shit. All right. Thanks for watching. Let's keep forgetting to do the damn outro here. All right.